Hello everyone, I'm Gefepido, and it's time to bring democracy to the Volcanic Hive once and for all. Feels like it'll be a totally different game with Emancipator Mech doing 3 damage. I'll have to be a little careful with Patriot Mech's KO effect. What's the worst that could happen? On the third hand, well, it's not like there are any civilians in the power pylons. Fucking blabbers. Okay, so notionally I could... Well, pushing the termite won't solve him, though. That's something. Inadequate. Alright, what can I do? Actually, wait. If I do this, then the termites fuck off into oblivion and the firefly blocks a spawn. There are worse fates. Not ideal, but there are worse fates. Problem is, this guy. Actually, could just drop this one. Which would clear the blob and damage the fly enough for the shuttle mech to finish it. Or, actually, if shuttle mech does that, then Patriot mech should be able to just shoot the fly to death by banking it off shuttle mech. Not great, but pretty funny, so I'll allow it. I think that works. Let's see what happens. I guess the armor helps a lot with the patriotism thing. Really would have preferred to kill the blobber, but what can you do? That's a bit of an issue. Okay, stop, focus. Let's see here. 1 problem, 2 problems, 3 problems, 4 problems. Okay, so if I do that, that'll kill the termites and push this guy onto the depth tile. That is pretty satisfying. Oh shit! Oh, never mind. I guess that's fine. Oh, right, that was a KO effect. Well, doesn't matter. Troublesome. Okay, so if I shoot, well, let's try that again. If I shoot like this, then the blob dies and the mantis spawn blocks and dies from it. That's not bad. Problem is that the firefly needs to be stopped, and Shuttlemet can't do it alone. On the other hand, can Shuttlemet kill this guy alone? Oh my, yes! Well, it does make things simpler, do it not? Not ideal to have 4 next turn, but I'll live. Beetle, Tyrant, Omega Crab. Excuse me. Did that beetle just do nothing? Okay, that's always funny. So if I do this, huh. Okay, that... Wait, why is it... Oh, right, 3 damage. I forgot the upgrade. Well, that's nice. Okay, the crab's gonna need to be dealt with, but... should be dealable with these guys gone. Honestly, Emancipator Mech is just great. You know, I guess I would have expected the, you know... How do I say this? With the stratagems, the mech to be, you know, the base weapons to be not as good as they are, but they're very good. Okay, if I do this, then, no. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, if I shoot Omega Crab up here, then, well, Patriot Mech will take a hit, but it won't do damage. Patriot Mech can take it, even if the Patriot Mech can take it. And the Scion would take the hit, but I'd rather not. Annoying, but they can both survive. Sorry. And the only hit point that matters is the last one, as we all know. Mildly surprised mod CEOs don't have lines here if you replace RST with their island, but doesn't really matter. Always disappointed when a Vec doesn't get squashed by the bomb. Okay, non-issue. Pretty easy. Oh, fuck that guy. Okay. Could have Shuttle Mech just kill this guy. Not ideal, but... 3... Okay, so... No, wait. That's... well... 3 damage. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Okay, this guy's got to be moved. Shouldn't be too hard. Nope, not happening. If I do this, well... the fly leader up here to damage that guy would be amusing, but probably not ideal. Because the termite will still go off. Wait. Okay, hypothetically, if everyone else gets out of the way, and he could push the bomb out of the way and kill that guy. Could be a lot worse. Then notionally Patriot Mech could just shoot this guy into the... Or Patriot Mech could potentially call the napalm strike to push the termites into the lava and set the fly leader on fire because, you know, fuck that guy. Basically. Don't know if it's optimal, but it does amuse me. Would have been better to block some spawns, though. But... if I do this... No. The awkward thing about the shuttle mech is that it seems like it's often better off doing a smaller number of enemies in its relatively large AoE. No, wait. Alright, let's see if I pulled this off. And can he get to a blocking position? Sadly not. Hey. It'll do. Also, don't ask me how the airstrike is getting into the interior of this island. Omega Digger, how did the... Oh! Can't remember if I know how Omega blobbers work. I assume they work very well for definitions of well that include Metalocif laughing at me. Omega Digger, create defensive rock wall? Did he just not get into an attack position? I'm baffled. It looks like he could have attacked. Oh, the fire! That works. Okay, throw a massive blob that cannot act but will explode. Oh dear. Oh fucking dear. Well. I guess I could just do this. Which would kill the beetle and remove the blob. That's one step. Okay. Okay, and then the fire would do for that guy. Real question is where I'm putting the shuttle. Shame about the digger, but being able to fire damage and, well, this squad in particular should have options for dealing with the digger if he does something unfortunate. And diggers always do. Mantis could be worse. Okay. Okay. Let's see, the mantis is a bit of an issue. That I don't like. Okay, hypothetically... Okay, yeah, that actually might suck to be me. Nope, nope. Not really an option. Okay. Stop. Focus. Okay, let me think here. 1 problem, 2 problems, 3 problems, 4. Okay. Yeah, okay. Practical error at some point. On the other hand, the grid doesn't matter that much if I can just survive. Okay, this guy's gotta go. Could get that guy. Sorry, I can't imagine. This is very interesting to watch at the moment. Okay, no. Nope. Wrong. Okay, no. I'm overthinking it. What I need is to figure out the best way to get a 2-for-1. If indeed that can be done here. I mean, technically I could smoke these two. That's a valid option, I guess. That clears the area for Patriot Mech to shoot the Mantis out of the way, and then I can theoretically smoke up here, which I don't like at all, but it would work. Still be way too many Vec for coming for my taste, though. These things just aren't lined up quite right for what I need. Could just do that one. Yeah, part of my issue here is that clearing the Mantis out of the way really needs more room to maneuver. And the rocket would be 3. Inadequate. Well, losing a grid point or two ultimately isn't going to kill me. May as well drop a free action one somewhere or other. And the last turn is going to be ugly as hell. But that is okay. If only I could stand, like, here. And shoot. Well, no, it doesn't quite work. Smoke. I guess I could. I don't know, I don't like it, but there are... It does mean I can afford to make a lot of mistakes in the last turn. Okay, wait. This guy's not doing shit. This guy... Okay, so hold on. 1 problem, 2 problem, 3 problem? Is that really it? Okay. Hang on. Wow, I'm loving that massive speed, honestly. So notionally, he could push the crap onto the death tile and kill the Mantis straight up. That's good hating. Okay, this guy is a bit of an issue, but on the other hand, it does 3 damage. Abe can take it on the shin if it comes to it. Take it in. If I don't have a better solution, and I honestly don't think I do. No, it doesn't really matter. Do I have anything hilarious? Okay, so happen after the enemy turn, you say? May as well end this run with something patriotic. Oh, damn, it doesn't go off before endgame. Boring. I'm so disappointed. Still, Truelch, if you're watching, this squad was a lot of fun. I do think some of the stratagems are a little hard to use, but that's the advantage of having, like, a dozen options. And the basic weapons are good enough that you don't need them that often. So thanks for making this. This was fun, and anyone who's watching, I will see you in my next run.